Hi all, my name is Anjani Srivastava and welcome to the channel. So in the previous video we had studied about how we get the input from the user and how we get the output in our program. So basically we had studied about the printf statement and the scanf statement in C language. So in this video we will be demonstrating this functionality. So there are two options here for writing our code. So first one is our online compiler. So this is a very good compiler, online compiler, that is codechef.com/ide. So I will be providing this URL in the description, so you can use that. And the second option is that your offline compiler, where this is a particular software which you have to install on your machine, and then you can write your program on laptop also. There is one method also, if you do not have any laptop, so you can also code in your mobile phone also, in your smartphone also, by simply going into Play Store and write C++ compiler or C compiler, anything like that. So you will be getting that compiler also. So the main advantage of using the offline compiler is that your whole code will be saved on your local machine, so that you can get through your code in other days also. But in the online compiler, once you finish your work and once you exit this screen, then your code may be lost. So this is the reason the online compiler is not used in that sense. But if you want to store your code and to review your code in the later stages, so you should use your offline compiler. There are many options available for the offline compiler, like there is a dev C++. So just go to this URL and this URL will guide you through the installation process of this IDE, this dev C++. So IDE is what? Integrated development environment, where you can write your code, compile your code, and then you can do your stuff. So there are simple basic steps is here, so you can follow along and you are good to go. So for the sake of easy, I am using the online compiler. So first of all, let me introduce you with this interface. So once you will land over this URL, so you will see here this option here, this C is written here. So if you click on this, so you will have different languages here, like this is for Python, this is for C++, this is for Java, this is for C++ 14 version, this is for PyTH Python, this is for this is also for Python, C#, ADA. So there are so many languages here, so you can code in any of these languages. So just click on this and you have to select this C option here, this C is here, and there are these options are also here. Like if you click here, so your code will be downloaded to your system. So this is one more advantage of using the online compiler. So you have not to install any of the software on your system, just going to that URL, and you can also download your code from here. This will lead to the full screen mode. So this is the full screen mode, and there is a settings tab also. So if you click here, so you can choose your theme of your choice, like tomorrow is there, Eclipse is there. So there are so many themes here, so you can choose any one, no matter what. The important option is the font size. So if you click on this upper arrow, so its font will be increased. You can see here font will be increased, so it will be more visible. And if you click on downward arrow, its font will be decreased. So according to your visibility, you can modify these changes. So now let us write some code here. So first of all, we have to understand this. We had understood this interface, and then the first line, this is the line number, like line number 9, and then the 10, 11. So this is also a feature of devs CodeChef IDE. So first line will be the hash include stdio.h. We had already been familiar with this statement. We are including all the header files of standard input and output in our program. and this is the standard format for any of the code. So int main, so see, any program or any code has the main function. There must be a main function in any C program, so please remember this. So I know this these statements will be little overwhelming for some of the beginners, so please bear with me. I will be explaining the what is function in the upcoming videos. So for sake of this time, you must understand, like, this is the format. Like in every program you must write first line this hash include studio io.h, the second line will be int main, and then the both curly braces, this and this, and in this curly braces there should be a return 0 statement ending with the semicolon. So this is the proper format for your program. For the sake of for time being, you must understand this and please remember this. And now we have to write our statement. So first of all, I want to display anything on the screen, so we can write simply printf, and then let me increase this screen size, font size also, so that it is better visible. So we can write printf and then the double quotes, and then here we have to write this is our first program, so ending with semicolon. I hope it is understood. I have already explained each and every part here. We are doing nothing, just everything inside this double quotation will be displayed onto the screen. Simple. This is the whole agenda here. So if we hit run here, so there will be some processing here, like submission queued, and then it will just drag and drop right below, and then you can see the output. Like this is our first program, this is the output, simple, and this is our statement here. Again, this printf statement is so if we declare any variable, like we declare int var1, so please understand here also, like the name of the variable must be a name that should have a meaning. So this is one good programming practice. The variable name should be meaningful. We should not use int a, int b, int c. No, we should not use this. Int var1. var1 stands for variable 1, like first variable we are declaring. Int var1 equal to 10, we can simply declare here, and in the printf statement we should write %d and then comma var1. So I have already told, like %d is for displaying the integer value. So if we hit run, what should be the value? The value should be 10, because there is a 1%d, so their value will be 10. So if we click run, and this is a submission queued, and then please see here, like output is 10. So I think it is clear up to this point. Okay. So we had understood how to display the value, and to modify this this value, like the value is 10. To modify this output, we can write how about like this: the value of var1 is 10. We can display like this also. So how we can display? I have already told you that all the thing which you have to print should be written in this double quote. So just write here the value of the given variable is %d. So here all the things that have been written here is same to same, but this %d will be replaced with 10. Simple. Just run it, and then you can see the output. The value of the given variable is simple. If we write two things, both variables %d and %d, to get it into one line, I can var1 equal to itna int var2 equal to 20 and var1 comma var2. So I think it is very much clear. There are two variables, int var1 and var2, and then we are displaying both the values. First one is the var1, so 10 will be displayed first and then 20 will be displayed, because this order matters. First one is the var1, so 10 and then 20. Let us see the output. Simple. So I hope it is clear. Now we will move to, similarly you can display the floating values and the character values also. Simple. Now I want to display like how we can get the input from the user. So firstly I have to declare the variable where we have to display where we have to store that value. So int variable underscore 1, variable 1 we have written here. Then to get the input, scanf and then %d and then comma ampersand variable 1. So what it can do, it can take one input of integer type, percentage is for input type, and then we can here like print f the input, the value is %d and then comma variable 1. Simple. So just give the input. So in this IDE, how we can give the input? So there is a option called custom input. If we press here 25, so it will be automatically be assigned for variable 1, this, and then the output will be shown. The value is 25. Simple. If we write their float, then it will also work. If we want to specify two variables, so we can also specify by placing comma int variable 1 comma variable 2 and then %d and then space %d. So there will be a space between these two. So in the output we have specified 25 and then 36. So these are the two values which are separated through a space. So this order matches, this order must be followed, and then ampersand variable 1 and then comma ampersand variable 2, and then the value will be %d and %d and then comma variable. Let us print here like this, variable 2 comma variable 1. So I hope it is clear. So let us assume what will be the output. Just guess. In the meantime I will be running that code. Just guess. I think the output will be, the value is, these two will be replaced. So first variable 2 will be there, variable 2 will be the second one like 36. So 36 and 25. Yes, it is there. So I hope it is clear, and it is pretty much very simple here. You can also input the characters also, double values also, and the floating point values also. So this is pretty much simple. So thank you so much guys for this video, and we will see in the next video. Thank you guys.